This episode of the Naturist Living Show, ClothesFree.com.
This episode of the Naturist Living Show is brought to you by Bare Oaks Family Naturist Park. At Bare Oaks, we offer traditional naturist values in a modern setting. Free your body, free your mind. www.bareoaks.ca.
Welcome, dear listener, to episode 115 of the Naturist Living Show. My name is Stéphane Deschênes. I'm your host for this podcast and the owner of Bare Oaks Family Naturist Park. Hey, we're back on Spotify. So, sorry, my apologies for the inconvenience if you were a Spotify user and you were trying to listen to the show and couldn't find it. I told a story in a previous episode of what happened, so I won't go through that again. But we're back, and it was nothing to do with us. It had all to do with others, and time had to run its course. So thank you for those who wrote in to Spotify asking what happened and complaining. A lot of things were done. Not sure which one ultimately led to the show coming back on in the directory, but it's there again. So thank you, everybody, and keep enjoying the show. Today we're talking about, almost an ancient website when it comes to internet age. And by that, I'm talking about the website ClothesFree.com. It's been around since 1999. Now, you have to remember, bandwidth was not what it was today. The idea of watching full-time videos. There was a time when I was on the internet, and I've been on the internet since the 80s, where when you wanted to get a picture, an image, you would download multiple files that were compressed. And then you would use utility to join those files together to get one decent image. You wouldn't consider it to be high resolution today, but you would back then. And it may have taken you an hour to do all that. So video was certainly not going to happen with a dial-up modem and the speeds that we were getting on the internet. Besides, storage was incredibly expensive, so that was an issue. But in 1999, some folks who were very passionate about naturism started a group called the International Naturist Association. And they started the website ClothesFree.com, and that's Corky Stanton and Corey Mangold. And in 2006, that became ClothesFree International. And it still exists. But they were known for having these huge collections of images and early social media, discussion groups, forums, things, by the way, that have existed for a long, long time on computer bulletin boards and things like that, but that we think are new today. And their Nudes in the News video started in 2002. Now, it's 2020 right now, and so that's 18 years ago. But for context, YouTube started in 2005, 3 years later. And the idea of delivering video was not so simple back then. There was a lot of infrastructure cost. There was a lot of bandwidth cost for hosting that. I'm sure they spent a lot of money developing this website. And it was successful, and they charged for it. And that was controversial because the idea of charging to look at pictures, of course, attracts a certain audience. But you also have to support all of the other systems and services and things that they were offering on their website. So they charged for everything. It's no different than the magazines that we used to publish. Well, we still publish, but that were very big. And some people bought the magazine just for the pictures, but we created the magazines for naturists, and the pictures were naturists. And I do know that ClothesFree.com was about naturism. Did they get some people who are buying it for different reasons? Yes, of course. I'm sure they did. Did they know that and market for that? Well, I don't think so, but only they can tell you that. And ClothesFree.com still exists. And our roving reporter, Tim Chismar, was with Corky Stanton. And he had a chance to talk to him about what Corky's done, He's been at this for a long time, what naturism means to him, and what ClothesFree International was and is and came about to be.
It's me, it's him, it's I am Tim Chismar right here with the Naturist Living Show. We're going to have some fun. I am joined by somebody that I've been a friend with for about a decade. I'm here with Corky Stanton, and you guys are all familiar with him from ClothesFree.com. Corky, thank you so much for coming on the show and being with us today.
Thank you very much, Tim. It's an honor to be here.
Well, so tell us a little bit about yourself, Corky. I mean, did you grow up as a nudist, or did you discover it later in life?
Well, when I was 12 years old, my dad took me to Glen, and I just thought, oh, this is a cool place. These people are really smart. They don't wear swimsuits in the pool. That way, when you get out, you're not dripping wet. These are smart people here. I didn't think anything about the nudity at all.
Glen, that's like that's probably the most exclusive and fancy nudist resort in Southern California, right?
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
I mean, at least money-wise. I know they've got a really big budget.
This was back in the early 60s.
What?
When it first opened. I mean, I'm 64.
Do people live that old? Wow.
Well, I thought, I'd be in a walker at this age, but the Beatles song "When I'm 64."
Oh, you look great.
I'm there, but I feel like I'm 18.
How much has the resort changed over the years? Have you been back? I mean, I know you're a California guy, right?
It's improved a lot. The pool that they had now has a cover over it. It's their indoor pool now, and they built a larger outdoor pool.
Yes.
And it has a lot more tennis courts, and it just keeps growing. It's a awesome resort.
Now, I know you've done a lot of shooting for ClothesFree at Black's Beach and places like that. What do you prefer, the resorts or the beaches?
Well, I like both of them, of course, but the resorts are very nice because it's very private. You don't have the public there, someone gawking or whatever, but I haven't seen much of that lately anyway these days. People are getting smarter, at the beaches. But I did want to do more beaches. Ultimately, I like the beaches.
You do so much with ClothesFree, and so let's give a shout out to what ClothesFree is all about. To the listeners out there who might be discovering it for the very first time, how would you describe ClothesFree.com?
Okay, it's a website that brings nudists together, or naturists. I mean, a lot of people don't like the title, but it brings like-minded people together to share their thoughts. Plus, they can watch videos that we create, so they don't have to visit all these resorts, or if they can't visit these resorts, they can see what they're like. They can go to Black's Beach vicariously through their computer, see what it's all about. Or they'll say, I wonder what Glen Eden is like. They'll watch the show that we did there, and they can learn more about it.
Welcome to this edition of ClothesFree TV. Today we're at Black's Beach in beautiful San Diego. Nudes in the News starts right now. Welcome to this preview edition of Nudes in the News. I'm Red.
And I'm Brian.
And we're nudecasters for the show.
In the next few minutes, we're going to show you clips of some of our previous episodes of Nudes in the News. You'll get to hear all sorts of interesting stories about the world of nude recreation, and join us as we visit nudist resorts and public lands where it's legal to be nude all over the world.
Be sure to visit ClothesFree.com, where you can become a member and watch all of the previous shows on your computer.
But you do things outside of beaches and resorts. I mean, naked bike rides, different activisms, and it seems like anything that's going on that has any lines to nudism, you guys are there. ClothesFree is there to cover it, to talk to the people.
Yes, we cover everything that involves wholesome nude recreation. It's about normalizing nudity everywhere, and we cover the events.
Now, these videos, remember, somebody out there has no idea, these videos are shot where people are fully nude.
Yes. Oh, yes.
So there's no censorship. It's bodies, all ages, sizes, demographics on the website. How how many? I mean, this website. I heard a rumor you guys are coming up on 20 years. Is that right?
Yeah, 20 years now. We're basically called the Naturist Media.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch of clubs that say we don't allow the media here because they always sexualize it or they make fun of us, but they will allow us there.
Yeah.
Because we know we will not make fun of them and we will shed a great light on them and make them look good.
Well, plus you have the credentials to back it up. I understand you work with a lot of different organizations. Could you talk a little bit about who you've worked with in the nudist lifestyle?
I've been a member of AANR and the Naturist Society since around 1980. Right when the Naturist Society started, I signed up. I've been on the AANR board in the past. I've donated to the...
it wouldn't be the AANR Education Foundation, would it?
Yeah, I was looking at the AANR Education Foundation. We've donated over $1,000 to them, actually through Amazon.com. If you buy things from Amazon, I recommend doing the same thing. It doesn't cost you a penny. Just go to smile.amazon.com and then enter in AANR as the entity that you want to donate to, the charity that you want to donate to.
Well,
and then every time you buy something from Amazon, a small percentage goes to the AANR Education Foundation.
But I know personally, because I've known you for a long time, you work with SCNA, you work with Night Talk, you work with the Clothing Optional Home Network, you work with the Naturist Society, I mean, just on and on. I can't think of anybody who's anybody in the nudist. We were just talking about Tondo.
Yeah.
He does the big event in New York City where they have like a live nude concert right in the middle of Times Square, and you were right there. You were there doing it.
Yeah. We filmed a show there. We also did his music videos in the past and a music video there. It's actually on our website at the moment at ClothesFree.com.
I love the one that had Lindsay in it. The that one with the old clubhouse or whatnot.
Oh yeah,
the dancing.
Yes.
Deanza Springs. That's yeah.
And he's coming out with another album. We're going to be doing more music videos with him. But we were in Times Square. Tondo's goal is to normalize nudity through his music, and when you're doing something artistic, you can get a permit and perform in Times Square where there's just thousands of people there, and it went very, very well. I mean, very positive reaction from the public, and so that's what we want to do more of.
Well, I do want to mention, in case you guys hear background noise, we are at a really cool place in Las Vegas. It's called the Golden Tiki, and it's like a tiki-themed bar. They win lots of awards. It's really fun, but just in case you hear something in the background there, it's kind of like an adult Disneyland. There's all kinds of lights and mermaids, and it's a real blast.
It's beautiful here.
Thank you. I'm glad you like it, brother. So let me ask you this. You've had some really interesting personalities go through the ClothesFree website. Myself, I was a nudescaster in the past, and a lot of people have went on to have success at different levels in the nudist world. Brian Spence comes to mind, a nudist chick, Chrissy. Who are some of the people that you can think of that somebody who's a nudist might be aware of?
Oh, you mean like in the nudist industry?
Yeah, sure, right, yeah. Books, film, TV shows, politics, maybe somebody who ended up running for a board for AANR or opened their own resort. When I look through the pictures of people you interviewed on the beach, it's like a who's who. I mean, these people go on to do things.
Oh, yeah, well, we've interviewed resort owners like crazy. I mean, Nikki Hoffman from the Naturist Society.
Yep.
And also famous people like Vanilla Ice and... who have been at clubs that we were at, Eric Estrada.
That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah, Chips,
and,
right.
And Vince Neil, Motley Crue.
Wow.
A lot of them didn't want to be on camera, but they were there and enjoyed it.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, just from what I've heard, there's a lot of famous people out there who are very nudist friendly, but nobody's really involved them in an interview yet. I mean, I know of Willie Nelson and Alicia Silverstone and Woody Harrelson and Bill Murray. There's stories about people running into them at nudist resorts. Jack Black's parents are nudists. He grew up in the whole nudist thing.
And also Christopher Atkins from the Blue Lagoon.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, when he was doing that movie, they told him, work on your tan. You know, you went to Black's Beach and Glen, I've heard. You know,
That's great. That's great. That's great. What? Let me ask you, Corky. What does the future hold for ClothesFree? What can people look forward to seeing in the next year, 5 years, 10 years? What does the future look like?
well, we are slowly growing. We want to have improved features like interactive forums where you can discuss the shows, meet other people online, and we want to have documentaries, a lot more music videos.
Okay, great. That's. I know you're on the cusp of what the fans want to see, and you're very, very fan friendly in opening the doors and saying, where do you guys want to see? What ideas or suggestions do you have of events, things that are going on? Me personally, being a wacky entrepreneurial dude, every time I have something I'm throwing together, you've always been one of the first guys I call. If I got a naked comedy show or a naked play, or I'm doing something with the World Naked Bike Ride or the Hollywood Fringe Festival right here in Las Vegas, Larry from the Clothing Optional Home Network and myself are launching Vegas Naturally, which is going to be trying to build a nudist culture here in Las Vegas, because one of the problems is it's very sex oriented. Every time that people hear nudity, they think swingers or strip clubs or porn, and we're trying to remind people that no, you can just be naked in a recreational environment and have fun, whether it's mini golfing or jumping in the pool or having a film festival or a stand-up comedy show. So we've got a couple of places, and we're starting to grow that culture, and there's nobody I want to work with on that more than Corky Stanton from ClothesFree.
Well, if you noticed on our show in the past, we covered the Nudist Expo in Las Vegas, which was put on by Brian Spence. He did an awesome job doing that. We also did the Kiss miniature golf, it's called, the rock band Kiss, and that was all nude. It was a great fun party. We did body painting. It was all black lights everywhere. In other words, we're going to cover anything that happens to be nude recreation that's wholesome.
Love it, love it, love it. And it wouldn't be fair for me to interview ClothesFree without talking to some other guy who is behind the scenes, who's been involved in every facet from the very beginning. I understand he met Corky when he was a very wee chap, just like 9 years old, and he's a writer, a producer, a director. He's been on camera.
Oh,
Phil,
geez.
I want you to say hi to the folks.
Hey everybody, how you guys doing?
So tell us a little bit about yourself. What would you say that you do with ClothesFree?
Well, I've been involved for the last 10 years now, and I've started off just doing the nudes casting, which was been a great experience. My family's been naked my whole life. I've seen everybody naked. We just never were running around screaming or making a big deal out of it, as everybody knows. It was just it's how life is. And when I got reacquainted with Corky when I got older, I just jumped right into it, and it was, everyone has that first moment, that first time they're at a resort, and it's like, oh, okay, this is kind of interesting. And within 30 seconds, it's like you're back at home. And it's a very warm, welcoming feeling that everybody has, which is the best thing about this.
Absolutely. My little friend Diane, she's an actress comedian. She's a little person. She told me the first time I took her to a nudist resort, she kept looking for the pervert. And then after about 15 minutes, she realized she was the pervert because she kept looking at guys' junk.
Yep. And that is a very common thing. I think everybody definitely gets a little timid about it when it's your first time, or if you're around new people. But that's what's probably the best thing about body acceptance and being just in an environment that you have a growth in your self-esteem, which is just great. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, especially with kids, kids that are growing up. I mean, there've been all these studies that say that kids who grow up in the lifestyle, no matter how you slice it, they don't have the dirty curiosity about naughty parts. It's more
not a concept. It's not even a concept. Yeah, it's very amazing how that works out. Back to the original question, though, I've been with ClothesFree for about 10 years, and I've now moved into trying to help with every aspect of it that there is to do with it. There's a lot of stuff that has changed, which I'm very excited about, and I think a lot of the members and anybody that's viewing or looking for events or news or what's going on in the naturist world, or maybe I want to look up this club or this beach, there's going to be functionality to where you can search different locations or keywords, and you'll be able to get a good idea of what's going on in the world with the naturist industry. And I think it's going to be a great, wonderful thing that a lot of people can...
Well, you've seen people come and go. People who want to start some sort of a videographer business or launch, a movie, website or what. Do you have any advice if people want to stick around, and even if they want to work with ClothesFree? If somebody out there at a resort or in their private home and they're saying, God, I would love to submit something to ClothesFree, how do you advise they go about it? Are you even looking for the average Joe out there? Can they do it?
Absolutely, and that is a great question. We have a lot of possibilities. If anybody has an idea or a concept or a project that they are already working on, then they are just contact us off the website. And as everyone knows, this industry, if you want to be working with us and you are already involved or you want to get involved, and more than likely there's a club near you that you can work with. And I think one of the key things to remember is we are trying to share all of the news and events with the community. We want everyone to know what's going on, where it's going on, what has happened with it. And if you have anything to contribute to that, then by all means, please contact us off our website at ClothesFree.com.
Because you guys are content providers, and it's good to get people to get involved and participate and have some ownership in it.
Absolutely. And all the clubs, if you guys have any content you would like to share with us, please share it with us and make sure you put it online, because we have to contact and get a hold of everybody through social medias, and it helps a lot by connecting with other clubs and other businesses that are in the industry.
Love that. Thank you, Phil. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Corky, let me ask you one more question as we're starting to wrap up here. I was just thinking as I was talking to Phil, are there any states that you haven't been in yet? Like, have there been videos shot in Oklahoma with nudists?
Yes, we've been to Oklahoma.
Okay.
The Oaklake trails, and maybe a couple others. There was actually Brian Spence that was there.
Okay. I was just thinking off the top of my head, like Alaska, Oklahoma. I was just curious if there was. Oh, I already said Oklahoma. I don't know why. I just don't feel like there's any nudists in Oklahoma. There's too much corn. I don't know. All right. well,
they're everywhere.
Are they?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good question. What about other countries and stuff?
Even in Iceland. But they're usually indoors.
I heard Greenland is more like Iceland, and Iceland is more like Greenland. That's what I've always heard.
I think we'll have to go take a trip and find out one day.
Well, we travel all over the world, and we plan on traveling all over the world even more to cover the nude industry. I mean, to see how everyone is enjoying nude recreation.
Well, I'm excited. I can't wait to see the future and see where we go from here. I mean, it's just upward and onward. Are there any promotions or anything that somebody out there who's finding out about ClothesFree for the very first time, maybe they should be aware of? Anything that they should do? Or should I just tell them to visit the website and see for themselves? Maybe there'll be something highlighted for them? What do you say?
I think that is a great idea, and if they go on to get a subscription with ClothesFree and they type in Naturist Living Show, they can get a 5% discount.
If what? If they mention the name?
Let's
or
increase it 15%.
Well, this is very exciting. I'm in the middle of a bidding war for your pleasure out there, people. They are trying to make it the best for you.
If they mention that, 15%.
Now, here's what I did know. If you punch in Timothy Chismar when you log out, they will increase. You'll have to pay 9 times the amount to have a membership. So apparently, that's not a good thing to do. All right.
The Naturist Living Show. Just Naturist Living
All
Show.
together, all one word, all lowercase.
So mention the Naturist Living Show when you join up at ClothesFree, and you're not going to regret it. There's tons of content. How many hours of footage would you say you guys already have on there, just in the archives?
Probably about 100 hours of video that you can watch right now from all over the world. So, So, in other words, you could be in the comfort of your own home and you can travel the world and seeing what other nude recreation places are like without having to leave your chair.
That's fun. That's so fun. And you can even see my big stupid head in a bunch of episodes. So that's good times.
We went to Long Beach.
We're all in it, all three of us. Yes. Oh yeah, I went to Long Beach, and I did a bunch of videos at.
You said it was a very long beach.
Oh, did I? That doesn't sound like me at all. I'm much more clever than that. All right, folks, and we were talking about before we started filming how we're all eager to visit Bear Oaks Family Naturist Resort in Canada. So hopefully we'll be able to get up there and film something at some point together as a team. That would be a blast. We would all love that.
It's on my bucket list.
Fantastic. All right. Well, what a hoot. This has been a pleasure. Thank you guys for listening. Tune in for more episodes and check out ClothesFree.com. For Phil and Quirky Stanton, I am Big Fat Head Tim Chismar, and we will see you next time.
So if you go to ClothesFree.com, and you can, and they're offering a special, as you heard, you'll find a website which, let's be very honest, is quite dated and tired. But as you heard from Philip, he is working with Corky, and they are redeveloping the sites. And you'll see on the front page of the site that they're about to relaunch, or they're announcing an upcoming relaunch of a new modern site. So that's good. I mean, because we hate to lose more of the naturist media online, the places where we can safely show healthy, normal naturism without being censored on the mainstream social media sites. So I hope it works, and I hope you can find something you like. So go take a look if you have a chance at ClothesFree.com. So that's all for this episode of the Naturist Living Show. Thank you as always for listening. Once again, my name is Stéphane Deschênes, and I'm your host for this podcast and the owner of Bear Oaks Family Naturist Park. I make this show with the help of Samantha, who has been doing a producing, and now with this particular episode is beginning to do the editing, which I'm not sure how long it will have taken her, but at first when you learn, it's quite a bit of work. And but once she gets all this done, that will save me a lot of time and free me up to do hopefully more episodes. You can find links to all of the items we discussed in the show notes on the website at naturistlivingshow.com. And please keep sending your comments and suggestions. I always appreciate getting them, and I read them all, even if I don't always have time to reply to everyone. The show's email address is contact@naturistlivingshow.com. I hope you enjoyed the show and that you'll join us again for the next episode of the Naturist Living Show.
This episode of the Naturist Living Show was brought to you by Bear Oaks Family Naturist Park. Traditional naturist values in a modern setting. Traditional values means that naturism is more than just taking your clothes off. It is a life philosophy with physical, psychological, environmental, social, and moral benefits. Bear Oaks Family Naturist Park strives to promote those naturist values in a modern setting that provides the amenities and services that our members and visitors expect. Free your body, free your mind. Learn more at www.bearoaks.ca.
C'est vrai que la nudité fait peur. Elle fait peur parce que depuis le début de notre civilisation judéo-chrétienne, le nu a été réservé au sexe et qu'il y a donc un conditionnement nu égale sexe, sexe pour la nudité. En fait, les personnes qui n'ont pas pratiqué sont persuadées qu'il se passe des choses horribles. Et quand on rentre dans un centre, on voit des nouveaux venus qui, au bout d'une heure ou deux, disent « Ah bon, donc il ne se passe rien. C'est normal, c'est naturel. » Et on comprend ce qu'ils avaient dans l'esprit. Pourquoi est-ce que la société a peur de la nudité? Eh bien, parce que pour elle, la nudité liée au sexe engendre des tentations, des convoitises. Et c'est sûr qu'il y a, avec le naturisme, une plus grande domination de l'homme sur lui-même. Chacun fait à l'autre le don de sa nudité. Et ce n'est que quand les deux sont nus qu'il y a réciprocité. S'il y a toujours un qui est habillé face à des personnes nues, il est difficile, même pour un naturiste, de désamorcer complètement le voyeurisme. Et inversement, s'il y a une personne nue, comme par exemple une jeune fille qui pose devant des photographes, c'est difficile de désamorcer l'exhibitionnisme. Tandis que le naturisme a découvert ce système extrêmement simple où chacun se trouve dans le costume d'Adam le plus naturel qui soit.